Good morning. Today, it's a new bike day. Made the decision and I have brought a replacement for the KTM 1290. Still wish I hadn't had to sell that bike. Anyway, that's negatives. Let's not do negatives. We don't do negatives on new bike day, do we? I think it's fair to say it was only ever going to be one of them, wasn't it? Despite my shortcomings on that original test ride. These things have a tendency to get under your skin, don't they? Let's go pick up a new bike. Well, there you go. There it is. This is what we went with in the end. I've only just picked it up. Shall we go for a ride? Oh look, keynote in range. Anyone that's seen my video on my review of this will know my fun with that one. Oh wow. I had another test on the GS at Cotswold BMW on Monday, but I'd seen this very bike on their website. It's actually technically second hand. It's got 546 miles on the clock, had 546 miles on the clock. 24 reg mix Multistrada, so it was part of the dealership fleet. It's not a demo bike. It's pretty much got every option ticked. I'll do a walk around of it in a bit, but interestingly, when I actually came to look at it, it was easier for me to just say to him, I said, well, tell you what, tell me what it hasn't got. And he said it hasn't got an alarm. It's like, okay, right, it's got everything else. It turns out it does have an alarm. So it literally has every option ticked, I think. Then perhaps some cosmetic stuff, but gold rims as well, which I'm a bit of a sucker for those. I've always been a sucker for those. But I've just jumped on it. I am literally 10 minutes from the dealership. I wanted to get away from the dealership. There's a lovely friendly chap there chatting to me, but after we'd done the handover, I just wanted to get away and be on my own for 5 minutes with the bike, and I just pulled over and set all this crap up. I'm currently heading to Cool Covers, as they're far away, half an hour away from here. Completely on spec, see if I can perhaps pick up a cool cover. So why did I go for this over the Multi? The honest and immediate answer to that for me is the dealer backup, the dealer experience. Now, I need to be clear there actually, because when I went to Ducati Coventry and they test their V2 and their V4S, they were excellent. So that's not a slight on them in any way, shape or form. Actually, let me put it a better way. It's sort of like it's a known, BMW is a known quantity for me, and the dealer experience is a known quantity for me. And for me, that right now, that holds a fair bit of value. I decided to get the panniers as well. BMW panniers, I think they look really nice. I didn't get the top box, but I've actually just asked them to order me one in because, I say, in hindsight, the panniers are really useful when you want to use them. I must admit though, in bikes that I've had them on my Super Duke GT, they were great when I went on a trip, but when I paid an absolute arm and a leg for them, as I have for these, and in the 3 years of ownership of that bike, I probably only used them 3 times. So they don't really represent particularly great value for money. But a top box, you tend to, well, it's just on all the time, isn't it? You tend to get a lot more use out of it. The other thing I've had done with this is I paid a lot of money to have the PPF applied, the paint protection film. Expensive, but I'm glad I had it because it means I haven't got to constantly worry about scratching the damn thing. The only thing I wish they did do was something for the panniers. Apparently he says that he's got something in development for that. Inevitably you end up giving them a right good kicking as you're on and off the bike. I'll do anyway. Oh, another thing that the paint protection film service came with is a screen protector. It's like a matte one, you know, like anti-glare. I wasn't sure when I first looked at it. Obviously you like that kind of glossy look, don't you, on a screen, but actually in this sun that is really nice. I don't know why they're in the saddle now. Not that long, I don't think. Half an hour. So I've been on the bike half an hour now. So bottom is actually starting to ache. That's not good. Bring on that cool cover. Please don't. Oh, well done. Nice one, mate. Don't mind me, will you? I think the thing with the quick shifter on this, again, referring back to my test ride video, I was continually calling it out as being completely and I do think it is not great. The thing with it is it's got a much narrower window of operation where it works correctly. If that makes sense. A lot of other quick shifters are much more forgiving, whereas this one is, if you're not on the gas and clean with the change, it can be a proper headbanger. My OCD is killing me. I'm fairly sure that the angle of that is not at the same angle as the screen. It's a tiny little thing, but it's absolutely driving me nuts. It needs to come down this way a bit. And apparently he's ceramic coated the screen as well. You can ceramic coat plastics, but you can. So I'd be interested to see how easy that is. That screen is to clean now. I have a tendency of scratching screens terribly, aren't they? What sort of town this is? Ledbury. Cool covers. Cool. I'm here all week. Oh, right then, fueled up. Me, not the bike. Ledbury coffee culture. A ham and cheese croissant. That's a first for me. Definitely need to get something on there. Look at that. That's getting knocked already. And I'm now heading towards Broadway Tower. It's over in the Cotswolds. Punched it in on the old thrilling routes on TomTom. That tends to take you on some really nice roads. Certainly not thrilling roads, generally well, naturally back roads. But it does a good job of avoiding the boring stuff. Without doing a Kalimoto, go over here, turn here, now turn here, back onto the same road you were on 30 seconds ago for no reason. Putting stupid artificial turns in. This seems quite smart. Just a nice bimble in the sunshine. There's a guy, I can't remember his name, that's been commenting on my video about the GS. Hello. Apologies, I can't remember your name. I appreciate all the comments. So, he's got a GS ASA and he's trying to convince me to give one a whirl. The reason why I'm talking about this now is I was just thinking, I'm just coming through there now. The engine on this is so tractable. I mean, I was just coming through there at 30 mile an hour, 4th gear. You always don't need a gearbox on this thing, it's so torquey. That's anywhere I was going with the whole ASA thing. I just seen a lot of videos though online of people just not having a great experience with it. I don't know, I'm just a bit of an old codger. I just like a clutch. This feels nice, this does. This feels nice. I'll have to jump off this thing and have a wander around it and I'll just show it to you. Let's go and see if we can park up and find somewhere quiet and have a spin along the bike. Yeah, well, this will do. There we go. First bit of off-road. As adventurous as it's going to get. My new bike. Like I say, it's technically a used bike because it's a 24 plate. 542 miles on it. A few more now. Triple black with pretty much every single option box ticked, which on the way down I think I'd have said apart from the alarm, turns out it does have an alarm. It's got a tracker as well, data talk tracker. Not sure I'll be wanting that though. I'll probably ring them up and turn that off. It's got the ride height lowering, all those sorts of options ticked. It's got the spotlights, it's got gold wheels obviously, which are an optional extra. Bizarrely, if you get the Enduro, the gold wheels are only 50 quid extra, but on this there are 450 quid extra. And you see got the panniers. Yeah, they clean you out on those, don't they? I've actually ordered a top box. I've just gone ahead and just ordered one because I think that'll actually be more practical. You can't see it, it's buried under there, but it's also got an Acropovich on it. I certainly wouldn't have spec'd that because it's fiercely expensive and doesn't sound any different, but it looks nice. It looks nicer than the standard can. Well, the standard looks pretty decent. So I wouldn't have paid 900 quid for that, but hey, it's on there, so why not take it? I thought I'd found myself a quiet spot here, but I seem to have found the most busy dog walking spot in the world. So far, so good. Feels really nice.
Apart from, as I've already alluded, the seat is definitely not quite as comfortable as the 1290. This has got, I've had the PPF applied to it, the film. I'm surprised in how many spots he's put it. Actually, seems to have put it all over the place, which is good. So, but he did say to be careful. It's going to have loads of bubbles in it to start with. They need to just, you know, not iron out, but fade away. Because he was literally finishing it this morning as I was picking the bike up. But he's also done these bits as well, which is nice. So all of this is protected. I think he's actually, am I right in thinking he's actually put one on that? Oh no, I thought he had. But of course that's a sacrificial piece anyway, isn't it? So I guess you can buy a new one of those. Jury's out on the central locking at the moment. I must admit, I thought that it would, you know, they'll only I thought they would unlock. Oh, actually, that's the point, isn't it? Let's test this. Does that work? Is that? There we go. That's all I needed to know. Right. So they do unlock without having to start the ignition. Oh, yeah. There you go. There's a cool cover. I think what happens is there's either a very short window of time for you to open them from when you've turned the engine off, much like the fuel filler, or they literally, as soon as you turn the ignition off, they lock. I think it looks pretty mint in the black with those gold wheels. But I might be slightly biased. We're back on a Beamer. 50 miles left in the tank, apparently. So, what is this, a 19 litre tank? I mean, as a bonus, cap open first go. Right, let's go and do our usual thing, I guess. Recording mileage on this one now. And that one, 613 miles. No, oh god, this is all a train wreck, isn't it? I need to get used to this. Reset all values. Yes. So we'll just hold up on that. Yeah, cool. That's it. Let's Foxtrot Oscar.
So I've been in this saddle now for, oh, I don't know exactly. I should have left the trip as I'd set it, shouldn't I? But I've reset it at the petrol station. Thank you. The petrol station. That thing where you put petrol in. Jesus. Yeah, I reset it at the fuel stop. Well, what time is it now? It is 20 to 4. I reckon I've got to have been been on this bike now for about 3 hours solid. Well, I mean, arse is aching, but not unbearable.
Let's go and get a coffee in Hofkins Bakery. I've decided now, rather than just heading straight home, I'm now going to head towards Burton Dassett Country Park. 630. Christ, I have been pottering around today and I've barely even done 90 miles. They look like they're not quite down, they do. They are. I never even saw that screen coming up. It's all trickery. It's just occurred to me. That screen doesn't have like a light and dark mode, does it? Did mine? Yeah, the 1290 didn't. I mean, I never used it. I always had it in the light mode, but I'm pretty sure it had a dark mode as well. This doesn't have anything, does it? Good job I got that anti-glare on it then, isn't it? I'm going to try turning the ride height. Right, so that is now in manual. So that's just locked in the up position there.
You know, this is stupid. Do you know why I've turned? I mean, I turned it off just because I want to see how much I noticed it. But also, there's an element of me of like, oh, well, I don't want to wear it out. Oh God, I'm pathetic.
Isn't this just divine round here? Love it. I'm also now going to go and play with the road suspension. Let's set it to soft.
That screen's going to need a clean when I get home. Good God. I've put road back to its standard settings now. Yeah, I could definitely tell a difference with it on the softer setting, and I might end up going to that, but for now, there's enough to think about at the minute. Right, so I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go... Well, we have to go... Weirdly, to change this back, you can't do it in settings. You have to assign it to a... Oh, you have to assign it to one of these. Sort of... Do you? Actually, no, maybe you do. Yeah, you have to do that. Then you go like that. Then it's in auto. So, right, then back. Then go back to set windscreen. Okay, no, that's a better thing. I'd have thought that that would be something you could go and, rather than have to set it to that, then go and change it. I thought that was like shortcuts, but equally, if you didn't want to set it as a shortcut, it would have been available elsewhere in the menu system, but it seems that it's not. Yeah, no, with that sun behind me, I literally can't see that. Well, I can read that screen, really, just, but I reckon, yeah, without that anti-glare screen protector on there, I think that would have just been completely unreadable. Where should we go? Let's go up here. Well, we're going to park up next to the Triumph then, I guess. Burton Dassett Country Park. I mean, I've got it. I'm just going to turn around and go home again. 6 gear. 70 mile an hour. Active cruise. Ah, cool. Right, well, that was Burton Dassett. Right, I need to change that active cruise. That just feels a bit too close to me. For me, that does. I know I've got it on the closest setting, but clearly I'd prefer to have that on. One more back from that, I think. I think that's what you might call the default BMW setting. Let's go this way. One final bit for the day. I love an Uber driver. Okay, that feels lovely. Yeah, that feels really nice. I was barely scratching the speed limit, to be fair, so there's buckets and buckets of torque. Actually, should we do the obligatory photo? I've got photos of every single one of my bikes here. Let's do the obligatory photo. Just take the panniers off it, right? One. Is that one going to work? Is that going to work? 2. That'll do. Those panniers do look nice. I think they suit the bike really well. For a pair of bread boxes attached to the back of the bike, levels of suit the bike really well and look nice, but I've seen a whole lot worse. I've certainly made no secret of the fact that I love my KTMs. I've got to say, it's so nice just jumping on this and not giving that starter button a second thought. That's my house, that is. I'm just letting them borrow it for a bit. My tennis courts, my swimming pool, my rugby field. All in one house. It's at third. I mean, it's telling me to put it in 4th, that is. 4th gear, 32 mile an hour. And it's just, yep, that's fine. That is insane. I mean, I can see, again, I've referenced the guy that I've been chatting with on my GS video, him talking about the ASA. I can see that, you know, that's just indicating when it wants to change. I'm guessing that that's going to be pretty close to the mark for when it will do it automatically with the ASA. And I can understand I can see the benefit of that. If that's how fast it wants to move up through the box, I know you can override that as well, so you can have it a bit more sporty if you want. But yeah, I can see why this engine is so tractable to be able to move through the box that fast at lower speeds. I can see how the ASA could work quite nicely. Right, cracking day that's been. I've enjoyed this. 2 weeks off beginning of June. Or I'll be most certainly heading off to Europe somewhere. Got a vague idea of having another crack at heading down through Croatia. Done it before. Got caught up in the ridiculous winds, blown sideways. And got a ferry over from Zadar to Ancona. Might head all the way down to Split this time. Anyway, we'll see where we end up with that. But thank you for coming along, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, folks. Bye bye.